In this quick video, I want to take you through some of the core features of the Command Center so you can get a better understanding of what it is. At the very core, the Command Center is a dashboard to manage your websites, your SERPShaker sites. What it allows, it just gives you a simple interface to be able to basically put your finger on the pulse of how your whole network is doing, is what I like to think. But let me show you how it accomplishes that. We first start out with our servers. We can manage multiple servers and we can use both cPanel and Server Pilot. So when you first sign up, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to connect your server into the dashboard. And this allows you to build both brand new websites using our command center, but also import. Now we have a feature where we can import sites that are already on your server. So what we've done with our website section is we've incorporated all the steps that just take up a lot of time and made it to where you can do everything within a few clicks. So you'll notice here in our websites that we can just select the server that it goes into, select the app name for Server Pilot servers, select the cPanel username and password. If it's a cPanel server, it will automatically create the accounts for you. It will automatically set up the new usernames and make sure that everything's set up correctly so that you can then build out a site around it. Another one of the core features that we've added is what we call templates. Templates are pretty much shells, WordPress shells, empty shells of your sites, but they're already set up with your favorite themes, favorite plugins, favorite settings, license keys, API keys, all that stuff that would take forever every single time that you set up a new site. So what we take you through the process of how to create these templates. We let you have unlimited templates so you can upload as many as you want. It's useful if you use different monetization methods, or for example, let's say you're hitting different areas that you're targeting, so you can have one template for one area that's already have all the short codes and everything for that, and then another template for another area that has all the templates or the short codes and everything set up for that. So it just makes your life easier. And this is how WordPress is installed, because when you go to launch a site, you get to choose which template to use. And that's when WordPress will get installed, set up exactly like you want it to be. And it's just another step that we get rid of having to install WordPress manually. The dashboard does it all for you. We also give you a content management system right in here where you can just manage all the pieces of content that are going to be used on your websites, your Shaker pages, to build them out. And you can see which have been used already, which ones are available to launch. So whenever you add a website, it just adds it to the server. But in order to actually add WordPress, you have to launch it through the system here with content, because what it does is it uses the template and then uses the content to go ahead and create that Shaker page as well. So it's all set up and ready for you to go. By the time you launch the site, all you have to do is log into WP Admin, go to Shaker pages, and build out your site. Within the content area, we've got some tools to make things easier for you. We've got a tag generator that makes it super easy to add tags to your site. All you have to do is add a keyword, select how many tags you want, and the shortcodes that you use in your builds. We also have ways of pulling in content, so you can just put in a keyword and automatically pull in an article for you. Those come from Easing Articles, but we're adding more content sources, so it just makes it easy to build out the Shaker page without ever having to leave the command center. And finally, we're implementing a feature called content templates. If you tend to find yourself using the same H1s, the same slug, the same description, and the only thing that's changing is just the keyword, you're able to take advantage of content templates and just swap out the keyword for those, and it just cuts your time that you would have to manually fill those out. One of the important things of managing a lot of websites is you need to be able to get a good overview of how everything is doing from a single page or from just one area. And this is allowing us to do that with the dashboard here. We can see the indexing, how it's doing. right on here if we've lost any sites. We can also, under traffic dashboard, we can get an idea of the traffic sites or the traffic stats for every single one of our sites, even the ones that we've imported into the system. Just gives us a good overview of how everything is doing on a day-by-day basis, or we can change the timing here if we need to. Or if we want to drill down to each individual website, we can do that as well, just by going straight into the site details. If we want to get a more in-depth look for one particular site, we've got traffic data, so visits. We also have the indexing stats right at the top, all the different site options, where it's hosted, what the app name is. We can also see what tasks are associated with the site, what the shaker page was that we used, and any notes we want to put in here. So if you want to keep track of what you're doing with your site, you can just type in a note. Didn't build with tags. And so that way you know when you come back to the site, you can see if you did anything differently. One of the new features that we're liking a lot is the task feature. Basically, if you can build a site and then associate a task with it, let's say we need to add AdSense. And so we can set this, if we built it on the 4th and say we want to add it on the 18th, we can go ahead and put that on there, save changes, and it's going to let us know on the home page that we need to add AdSense and which website it was for. We've also got our tools area, which has a lot of different tools, makes our life easier. Starting with the domain tools, you have the ability to purchase domains in bulk, change name servers, add them immediately to the server, which also adds them into the command center, either one by one or in bulk. It also gives you the option to change the name servers for particular domains, or even go through the advanced DNS feature, basically adding a website to a domain without ever having to log into Namecheap. We will also be adding a lot of more registrars throughout the rest of the next couple weeks so that we can hit all the major registrars and make sure that we've got them included in there. We've also got a Cloudflare implementation, which allows you to set up multiple Cloudflare accounts in a matter of seconds. And we can also add our sites within the system to those Cloudflare accounts. So we can select from our list our sites and add them to a Cloudflare account, all handled by the dashboard. Lets us know how many sites we've got in the system, which ones they happen to be. And so just a tool that allows us to kind of keep our network protected in a way that previously wasn't available. Having to create all these accounts by hand and keeping track of it all was just going to be too hard. And we've also got the feature to import your current sites. So you can select one of your servers that you've got connected, and it will give you the ability to pull those into the system so that you can start tracking them and start getting data from each of your sites and getting a good overview. So even if you've got existing sites, you're able to take full advantage of the features we've got to offer.